hi and welcome to A Taste of Fusion. Today I am taking inspiration from Quetta or Balochistan, the province of Balochistan. But I'm not making what you traditionally know as food from there. We are having a A Shaman as our appetizer. For our main course, we're having tandoori murg chatpata. And for dessert, well, I'm making a fusion of ras malai and shahi tukra. So now it's time to pick up my veg, get back to the kitchen and get fusing. Right, and we are ready to get started with the appetizer on our Balochi-inspired menu. Now, Balochi food is associated with meat, but some of those traditional dishes which have a lot of, elegance to them have been completely lost. One of them is our appetizer today, which is called A Shaman, a lovely mix of paneer, cottage cheese and peas. Now, it's a super fast dish, and that's it. What I want to do is provide you these old traditional dishes in less than 10 to 15 minutes. So I've got a little flame going here. I'm going to grab my pan and come over to this side because I want to do everything super fast. So into my pan goes about half a can of peas. Put that onto a flame. I'm going to pour in some olive oil. Not too much because I just want to sear them. I've sort of parboiled them for about 3 minutes beforehand, so they're just ready to eat anyway. Now into this, I've made a little mix of these aromatic herbs and spices. I've got some nutmeg, I've got some mace, I've got a little poppy seed, a little onion seed, and some black pepper and clove. Just very little, ground them together, and I'm going to use this as the basis. Straight in there, just 2 pinches of my special spice. A nice little pinch of red chili flakes. And of course, the little Western influence, I'm going to put in some thyme. 1 pinch of salt, and just stir it up. And finally, just a squeeze of a quarter lemon straight into the pan. Mix it. Fabulous. Now, once you get the smell of the peas coming up, you know you're done. Just put them off the heat. Make sure you don't burn your hand, but I'm trying to do everything super fast here. So, grab a bowl. Now, straight into your bowl, put in half a packet of cottage cheese. So, grab these peas and get them straight in there. Now, don't get rid of any of the juices in the pan and don't wash your pan. Now, with a fork, mesh it all together. I've got my little mix together now. I'm going to get my little oven dish, and onto my oven dish, I am going to place a little bundle of peas and cottage cheese. Using my hands, I'm just going to make a little round kebab type patty. That's it. Our little sort of paneer and pea cakes are ready. We're just going to drizzle a little olive oil on them. Like that. Just a pinch of cinnamon. Again, because we want to get that instant cinnamon rush from the outside. This goes into your preheated oven for about 10 minutes. Right, so that's in the oven. Now it's time to make that cashew nut gravy. Get my pan back on that flame. Pour in a few lugs of olive oil. And straight in, before all the spices and the oil start heating up, I'm going to put in about 6 tomatoes chopped up. There we go. Right along with that, I'm going to put in 1½ onions sliced. I'm going to grab 1 pod of garlic, give it a little bash, just chop it up very, very quickly and quite finely if I can. And put that straight in as well. And stir it up. Once you start seeing the onions going slightly translucent, take a couple of pinches of salt. In they go. I'm going to throw in 2 pinches of cinnamon powder. and I want the tomatoes to start breaking up. So to that, very quickly, just a little dash of water, mix it all in. Right, okay, so once the tomatoes start breaking down, that's when you throw in some chopped cashews. Now I've got about 4 tablespoons of cashews that I've just chopped up. Just going to throw them right in, like so. And let them soak up that glorious gravy. Now, not just that, I'm going to put in a little jaggery syrup to give it a little edge, and of course a little fusion piece there. This does not go into the original, just some gur syrup, 2 spoons of that, and stir it up. Now, some of that intense spice that we had, two pinches of that. And here I have some dried raisins. So I'm going to throw in a handful of them. Mix it up. And now for the final pièce de résistance. I have here some mint, some fresh mint. I'm just going to slice it up. Throw it in there. Give it a nice little stir. Take it off the heat. Take out your little paneer cakes from the oven. Right, and our little paneer cakes are done. And that's it. Our cashew nut gravy is done, our little paneer and pea cakes are done, and we are done with our appetizer. Now it's time to move on to the main course. Right, now for our main course. Today, that's tandoori murg chatpata. Into a bowl, throw in 2 teaspoons of this fantastic mix of nutmeg, clove, black pepper, a little cardamom. In it goes. Then, 2 teaspoons of red chili flakes. Then I'm going to throw in a little zira or cumin. 2 teaspoons of that, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon on its own. 3 teaspoons of salt, there we go, 3 teaspoons of brown sugar, and that's a little fusion speciality there. And for the moment, that's it. Next, olive oil, about 8 tablespoons, because you want to coat everything really well with this marinade. Take your spoon, mix all these things together, and of course, if it looks a little dry, just pour in some more olive oil. Okay, for the moment, put the marinade to the side. You need to bring out a lovely little searing pan like that with these little ridges. Not for the moment, just keep your pan there to the side. Grab your chicken slices and prepare them first. Dust your chicken with some salt. Then a little thyme, because we want to create some fusion. But not too much, because this will burn straight on your pan. Olive oil. And that's it. Just rub everything on the chicken breasts, like so. Okay, straight onto your pan. Give your hands a wipe again. And that's it. You are ready to fry these up. Get your pan onto a high flame, and I want to do everything super fast because I want them to sear quickly so I can move on to my next step. All right, so let your chicken start searing. Make sure that you have a quarter of a lemon in your hand. Drizzle on a little of that lemon juice. And next, after 2 minutes, pop them to the other side. Of course, the ridges have started forming, but they've not become brown yet, and I don't want them to over brown. Just take your time. A little patience is always required. Let them cook on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes, and flip them over twice. A little lemon again. That's it. The chicken's been brown on the outside and all the flavor's been sealed in. Now to move on to the second step. Okay, that's it. So, chicken's off, it's still staring away, but I've got some lovely little lines going on there. Now on to the next step. Here I have an oven dish prepared. Now onto my oven dish, I am going to put some fresh slices of pineapple. And I'm going to take each chicken breast and place it on top of a slice of pineapple. So, it almost looks so good you could eat it right now. Now, that spice, I'm going to take a little bit of that spice and crumble it onto my chicken in the center, like so, just to give it a coating. We've got that on. Next step, I'm going to take some chopped tomatoes and just, layer them around, because these are parts of what went into the traditional dish. I'm going to take a little paneer and place it in the center on this pineapple here, because I want it to be browned and I want it to cook down. Just want it to become soft, because I'll use that in layering later on. Next step, squeeze on some lemon all around, like so. Now take some olive oil, drizzle that on. Keep your coriander till the end. I'm not going to put coriander in yet because it'll just go brown. This goes into your preheated oven for about 25 minutes. Okay, now for dessert. It's a little fusion piece today. We're taking rasmalai and shahi tukra and fusing them together. For that, I've got some chopped up bread, just little cubes over here. I'm going to throw that into a bowl. Then I have some cottage cheese. I'm going to take that, throw that in. Straight into this go about 3 large tablespoons of brown sugar. So I'm also going to pour in 2 tablespoons of jaggery syrup. For a little fusion extra, 2 pinches of cinnamon. And a little dash of milk to hopefully moisten up the bread and hold everything together. Now, get in there with my hands, I will. Mesh it all up. Smush it together. Keep working it till all the bread and the paneer sort of look like they've come together as one. Using your hands, squelch them together and make these lovely little balls. Try to squeeze out as much moisture as you can whilst being gentle. And of course, give it a little toss. Always works wonders. Straight onto your baking dish. Right, and give my hands a good wipe. And our little fusion shahi tukra / rasmalai things are ready for the oven. But before I pop them in the oven, let's get out our main course, which should be done. And that's fantastic whiff of pineapple coming up there. There we go, look at that. Glorious in all its perfection. Pop that right there. And just let it rest. Okay, and in go our little fusion dessert pieces. Right, so that's it. Our dessert is in the oven. It's going to be in there for about 10 to 15 minutes, which gives me just about enough time to make the tea syrup that's going to go with it, which is going to be ultimate. So let's make that tea syrup. Okay, now for that tea syrup. Very, very simply, you'll say, what is that? I've got some black tea that I've just taken out, water, tea. Into this, I'm going to pour half a cup of milk. You might think I'm making you chai, but I'm not. In goes 2 barks of cinnamon, 1 clove, 3 tablespoons of jaggery syrup, so. And 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then we get this on to a flame. Now this has to reduce down to become a thick sauce, almost like condensed milk. So it's got to cook for a good 10 to 15 minutes. So our sauce is almost done. It's become this really dark, rich brown color. And the milk has, let go of all its oils. And so now they're going to fuse together at the end when it cools. So we're going to let this cook for 1 more minute. And let's get out our little fusion shahi tukra and, ras malai. Here we go. These are done and I can smell toasted paneer and bread, and that's just gorgeous. Okay. So, our sauce is done, our dessert is done, our main course is ready, as is our appetizer. Now, it's time to plate up. Right, and we are ready to eat, but first let me introduce my guest. I am joined by the wildly talented and the absolutely beautiful Savera Nadi. Savera, thank you so much for joining.
It was absolutely my pleasure, believe me.
But before we begin, let me tell you what I've done for you today. This lovely spread of food that you see, it is originally Balochistani.
Really?
Allow me to start with the appetizer. It's called A Shaman. So dig in, tell me what you think.
But the ingredients are all jo
Ingredients are almost original.
Very interesting. Jo cashew nut sauce hai na? It's bringing out a very nutty sort of interesting flavor. There's no way I can get the recipe, right?
I can give you the recipe completely. Otherwise, I'll have to send it to my email.
Delicious.
Wow, what? Thank you. Okay, now I won't make you finish the whole thing because it's still early. And I want you to move on to the main course. There's a dish called, it's basically chicken tandoor chicken chatpata. Huh. You have to try it out.
Doesn't feel desi.
Exactly. But have you tried this, the spice mix on top? Have that with a little bit of the chicken. Take a little bit of the paneer together with some tomato. The pineapple is there because pineapple with them is served after this to cleanse your palate. I've used it traditionally. I've used it to sweeten the meat, and that's what's giving you that real European flavor as well. Yeah. So, you like it?
I love this, the taste with the pineapple jo aa raha hai na?
Yeah.
I didn't have that before. I had it just now, so I like that.
It plays with all these things in your mouth.
Yeah.
So it's a thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Both of them.
All right, now I know that forget everything else.
I know, that's what I'm waiting for.
Then she's been like, the minute she came, she's like, I want to eat dessert. And I'm like, wait, man. Yeah. All right. Now, this is a fusion.
This looks like, kareeb se looks a little bit like mithai.
But it's not, because it is actually a true fusion of shahi tukra essentially and ras malai, served to you with a syrup made out of tea.
Black tea ka syrup hai aur shahi tukre.
No, shahi tukre nahi, fusion hai, ras malai and shahi tukras.
Oh yeah, that is very different. I love, this is my favorite.
Savera's dessert.
To your health.
To your health indeed. Anyway, thank you, Savera.
Thank you so much.
I mean,
and I'm gonna have more of it. Don't worry.
No, you can finish off everything. And thank you guys for joining us. Now, Savera will continue eating Savera's dessert. From me, you take care, and remember, if you have any comments or you want to see me fuse something, write in on fusion@dawnnews.tv. And of course, if you want a recipe, write in, and I'll write back to you. From us, take care and khuda. Thank you.